Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron Change of Command Ceremony. Presiding over today's ceremony is the commander of the 147 Operations Group, Colonel Daniel P. Urasek. Military members are reminded that salutes will not be rendered during the national anthem. All personnel should stand at attention. Please rise and remain standing for the arrival of our official party and the playing of the national anthem. And now Chaplain McKay will come up with the invocation.
Would you join me in prayer? Father, we come before you with thankful hearts for the many gifts that you provide. And we are especially grateful for the gift of this day and this special ceremony that has brought us all together. And so I pray for Captain Grotte as he assumes his new role with the headquarters staff, that you would continue to shepherd him and give him understanding and insight with his new responsibilities. And I pray for Lieutenant Colonel Chesko as he takes command of the AMXS. I ask that you would undergird him with peace, guide him with wisdom, and surround him with a strong support system in this new position. And I pray for both of their families as they make this transition, as well as I ask for strength and patience in the days ahead. And Father, we do say, I say that you are faithful and you have been with us to this point, and I thank you for your continued blessings and presence as we move forward, serving and defending the cause of freedom. I pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chap McKay. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to the 147th Operations Group. I'm your narrator, Senior Master Sergeant Scott Easley, and it's my distinct honor to welcome you all to today's Change of Command ceremony. We have many special guests, family, and friends with us here today. We ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. To begin with, Captain Grotte's wife, Mrs. Rebecca Grotte, with their two sons, Elijah and Nicholas. Lieutenant Colonel Chesko's wife, Mrs. Natalie Chesko. His sister and brother-in-law, Gail and Michael Barry, with their daughter Ava and family friend Katie. I'd also like to welcome the 147th Attack Wing Commander, Colonel Travis Walters, 147th Attack Wing Vice Commander, Colonel Biff French, 147th Mission Support Group Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Kelly Bean, and finally, a special welcome to all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, members of the Attack Wing, and other co-workers and friends for being here to share this special occasion. During today's ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Chesko will take command of the 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron. The change of command ceremony you're about to witness is deeply rooted in military tradition, predating the Norman conquests of England. History reveals in the Middle Ages it was not uncommon for the soldiers in the field to be unaware of who their commanders were or what they even looked like. The formal change of command afforded these troops the opportunity to witness the proceedings and actually see their commanders. No military unit may be without a commander, even for a brief period of time. As you all witness, the instant Lieutenant Colonel Chesko salutes Colonel Urasek and says, "Sir, I assume command," all authority and responsibility of the 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron is immediately transferred to him. 4 words are spoken in all, but in those few words, we begin anew. At this time, we will hear remarks from the outgoing commander. Captain Grotte, would you please come forward?
So thank you, everybody, for being here today. And Colonel Yersek, thank you for the trust that you've given to me over the last 3 years to be able to lead the great AMXS. I appreciate it. And then to my family, Elijah and Nicholas, any of this is possible only because of you. And Chaplain talked about patience and strength, and y'all exuded that over the last 3 years. So a rose that won't die. And when we were in the Czech Republic at Air Defender, we just got back. The 214 training squadron gave us 2 awesome coins for 2 awesome boys. So thank y'all. And then to the MXS family, 3 years ago we set a vision to align our cause and our events with the 2018 National Defense Strategy for Innovation and to get after adaptive basing and contested degraded operations, and we did just that over the last 3 years. You did. Yeah, we went to ample strike and exercise air-land integration with our Czech partners. We gave you M4s while you were on the flight line here, and while you were producing sorties, you had to fall back and defend our assets against hostiles. Your innovative ideas came up with the MCA program for the multi-capable airmen, also the vertical pallet stacker that all of the DoD wants, and now everybody in the world wants. So you've done really great things. And last but not least, we just got back from Air Defender 23, and we had very first satellite launch and recovery from a European civilian airport. That's how we're going to fight the next fight. It's all of your ideas and all of your work. It's been so fun to lead, fun to watch you excel, and I can't wait to see what you do under Lieutenant Colonel Chesko. So I appreciate all the support. In 2020, I told you I love you, and I do, and I'm going to really miss you.
Thank you, sir. And that, step up, please. And all that, sir, you just laundry list is a direct result of your leadership and mentorship, so we appreciate that as well. At this time, the 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron will now render Captain Grotte his final salute as their commander.
Detail, fall in. Reset, hunt. Order, hunt. Fall out.
Now, at this time, I'd like to ask the 147 Operations Group Commander, Colonel Yersek, to come forward.
How's everybody doing?
Good, sir.
Thanks for coming here today. It's always a privilege and an honor to speak at the changes of command, retirements, promotions. This is a very unique and special opportunity when we have a change of command. I enjoy history quite a bit, and so the piece that he read that I was speaking to you all about the large fielded formations having no idea who their officers were, being like the nucleus of what we do here symbolically with the change of command. So it's a really neat ceremony. It's fairly efficient, basically governed by how long people stand up here and talk in front of everybody. And it's really just about when Brian says, "Sir, I assume command." And that's like the ceremony. That's basically what matters, is that Dan relinquishes command and Brian takes command. So it's really cool. And I tell new commanders that being a commander does not make you special, okay? But being a commander is very special. And it's a sacred trust that the power of the U.S. government, the President of the United States, has invested in you legally with authorities to look after the welfare of the men and women under your command, and to go after and achieve missions with your organization. And it's like nothing else. And I've been a commander for a little while, and it's been the being a husband and a father, being the greatest things that I've experiences that I have. This is right right up there with it professionally, the best thing that I've ever done. Dan, I can't say enough good things about you. The other thing that I like to do up here in these ceremonies is to thank the families for all of your patience and all of your support, because I know it's hard, and I see it on my kids and my wife's face, and you know, it's really difficult, so thank you. And thank you for everything. Dan's an excellent, unbelievably intelligent, driven person, and what made these successes possible that we've talked about is that he cares about the men and women in the Manus organization to the nth degree, and I want you all to know that. That is what his care for you all and his empowerment to the men and women in the AMXS is what made all these wonderful things possible. And I truly believe, and I know that Colonel Walters and Colonel French and Chief Spenrath and everyone else agree with me that this is the premier, greatest maintenance organization in the Air Force. So thanks to you all, and thanks in advance for the hard work that you're going to do with Colonel Chesko. So I've only known him for a little while, but very, very impressed with all the things that we've already talked about, so I think you're in good hands, and I will thank you in advance, no pressure, for all of your patience and all of your support, because there will be, long nights, and not that the Pentagon didn't have that either, right? So, but thank you in advance. I'm really excited to work with you and look forward to the great things that AMXS is going to do with your sage leadership. So, with that, that's all I have. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Please rise.
Publish the order.
Headquarters, Texas Air National Guard, Special Order Number GZ-034. Lieutenant Colonel Brian M. Chesko is appointed Commander, 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Ellington Field, Houston, Texas, effective 1 June 2023, by order of Colonel Travis D. Walters, Commander, 147th Attack Wing.
Sir, I relinquish command.
Sir, I assume command.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Lieutenant Colonel Brian M. Chesko, Commander of the 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron. It's all yours, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks
Be
for-
seated. Everyone be seated. After you sit, he'll be able to speak. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Senior Master Easley. Everything is big orchestration in the military, but it's choreographed orchestration, so it all works out. It's organized chaos. It works out. Thank you for this ceremony. Colonel Yersek, sir, thank you for this honor. Colonel Walters, thank you for joining us today. Colonel French, thank you for. I'm glad I was able to meet you today, exchange some thoughts. Chief Spenrath, sorry that your name wasn't in there after this organized chaos of shuffling around people, but thank you, Chief. I look forward to having you on the line. Colonel Select Bean, thank you very much. I'm glad that I met you about 2 months ago at the Readiness Center. Also, all my cadres, all my bosses, so thank you for showing up on your time. And then Rage, thank you very much. And everybody else I'm here working with. Family, Becky, thank you for introducing me and my wife to this area back about 2 months ago when we came here for house hunting. And then to my family. So my family, thank you very much for joining us. To my family friend, Katie, and then Gail, Michael Bari. to who doesn't know, I'm going to speak about leadership here in a second, but my brother-in-law, Michael Bauer, helped me drive cross-country in a 26-foot Penske truck. And so he encountered that. He jumped on that task and saw it through completion through a couple thunderstorms and a busted tire outside of Houston. So thank you. And my lovely wife, through all the long nights, thank you very much. Thank you. Should be told, Captain Grotte, Fred, is that I like your permanent flower. My O&M budget for flowers over the next 2 years is huge. It's going to be routine basis. Okay. So, yeah, I've actually been here since June 1st, and the AMX says the 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squad has embraced me. If anybody's familiar with Las Vegas, before a casino opens, a resort, they usually have like a warm opening. So they work out the kinks during that first warm opening for that grand opening. So I'm hoping that we can treat my first month here, sir, as a little bit of a warm opening, and that everything here going forward is, okay, we'll look at that one instead. I would appreciate that. Thank you, sir. So, it is true I came from the Pentagon, and I came from the National Guard group. I speak in a lot of analogies. During my time there, we get a lot of fears that we're not changing fast enough, we're not evolving fast enough as a total force to meet our current threats of today, in the future. And the analogy I always told, I told my friends, like, you know what, here's my analogy, is that we're in a book of chapters. A couple years ago, they were in chapter 1. Right now, we're in chapter 6 of a 10-chapter book. And that every single stage is an evolution to meet what we need to be in the future, the vision for the future. And I'm here to play a role in that particular chapter. Captain Grotte, your chapter was successful. We've been talking for the last few months, and all the track I've seen come through, your chapter was regaining success because of all the different operational accomplishments. And I'm honored to go ahead and play my role in this next chapter, respecting the fact that a lot of members of this great squadron has been here since chapter 1. Chapter 3 could have been the MQ-9s. Chapter 2 was the MQ-1s. Obviously, we have had people here since the F-16s. Everyone's a chapter as we evolve to our future threat, our future national and global demands that our nation and great state of Texas calls upon. Now, how am I going to be measured up in that chapter, in my particular chapter? That I hope all of you bestow your trust in me is really on 3 pillars. And they're going to be mission ready, people ready, future ready. You'll see all this on Monday or Tuesday when we release my philosophy. But mission ready, the need for us to continuously generate MQ-9 power, whether of an aircraft or a GCS, in all environments and your circumstances. Ever since I was watching from afar with COVID and watching you generate air power into C-17 go on the other side of the world to accomplish the mission, I'm excited. That mission ready it's going. The people ready. There is a lot of people here that have thrown themselves into the mission. People ready is knowing that when C-17s are here and there's flexibility, everybody jumped into their part. Leadership. My job for the people ready is to make sure that everybody's posture. I create time and space for you to do your job and to create future leaders. We have a lot of highly complex problems facing us in the future. And leadership, my calling upon every single level of personnel in the Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, is that leadership isn't always functional or assigned. Usually it's opportunistic. Leadership is recognizing a problem that you may have expertise in and jumping on that. It's all opportunity. It's knowing that you're recognizing, identifying, there's an issue that you have expertise. It may not be in your lane, maybe in your purview. And that you have the expertise to jump in, put hands on, put some mental thought to it, and see it through. It's ownership. My job for people ready is to create time and space and ensure we have mentors at every level. There's only one of me, only one of Lieutenant Wilson, and a plethora of smart guardsmen in this unit. So at every level, we need to cultivate that mentorship so that your successors that you've already built a proud history on can also fill your shoes. So that going into future ready, we are ready for the future. We have highly complex problems. I just addressed the squadron, sorry sir. Last Friday, that last Friday, as we went into our Independence Day weekend, about the issues that we still face from afar. What was the T word I used? Can anybody remind me? Shout it out. No? It was a different group. We still have global issues, and we're being called upon with highly complex issues. I need people to solve highly complex mission needs. We're always accomplishing the mission in taking care of the well-care and the safety and the professional development of our people so that we can posture for the future. That's important to me. And that's going to be my close success going forward. Sorry, and I'm already excited. It's already been here for a month. We're forgetting about that month, I think. No? And then going forward. So, all in combination, I'm probably the longest one here, but those are the three pillars. Now I'm looking forward to my tenure here. Natalie's looking forward to future flowers. And honestly, we're excited about being in Texas. So I do have a couple words here if my family's signing us too. Only because we saw the Chelsea wine bar. It's really nice, actually. But yeah, there's some words. Actually, I invite anybody. This is actually, I'm very interactive in my engagements with everybody who's met me already and has a lot of questions. This next part's being also interactive. So you may recognize some of these words I'm going to say, and I urge you just to join in and shout it out if you recognize them too. But these words have been said a lot in my household the last few months as we've been looking forward to coming out here. And those words are, the stars at night
Are big and
bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yes.
We're glad to be here. Thank you very much. Squadron, I'm glad and excited. Let's get going. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Cisco. At this time, the 147th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron will now render Lieutenant Colonel Chesko his first salute as their new squadron commander.
Detail, falling. Precinct, home. Order, home. Dismiss.
On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Chesko, thank you for attending today. Please join us in the Heritage Room next door for refreshments to celebrate the ceremony. Please rise for the playing of the Air Force song and departure of the official party. Go down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.